All right, we are back again with a custom knife from Alan Elishewitz. Elishewitz Knives, I think is the name of the company. And this is the model called the Tank. And it is kind of a tank feel when you grab it and put it in your hand. It's not a grossly overbuilt, massive, beast of a knife, but it's called the Tank for a reason. Because it feels really good in the hand and it feels like you can go and just stab a car door or something like that. Yet, slim enough and sleek enough to carry in your pocket as a daily carry type knife. So I think it's a really good blend, and it's kind of just a mind twister as to how beefy it feels in the hand, even though it's really just kind of a normal size knife. So let's talk about the specs real quick. And then we'll talk a little bit about the maker. 4 5/8 closed, 8 inches overall with a 3.4 inch blade. It is a compound ground blade, so you have a nice hollow grind in here and a nice flat grind here with a nice swedge on top. I love the blade finish, and we'll give you a zoomed in just a moment. Behind the edge on the hollow is 0.017 and then 0.026 up on the flat. So it gives you a lot of strength for piercing the car door. No, this is not mine. I am not going to go stab my car door. Even if it was mine, I wouldn't stab my car door. I'd get a jerry can because I've done that before. That worked out really well with my Sharknivko Ryu. It got me a Sharknivko coin because who stabs their multi-$1,000 custom into a jerry can multiple times? This knucklehead that you're listening to right now. Anyway, I digress. Let's get back to this knife. It is a bit of a tank in weight. It is 6.5 ounces. Doesn't bother me at all because, well, I'm into that sort of size and weight, so it's not a big deal. And it runs on phosphor bronze washers. I am not sure what the blade steel is on this one. That's why I didn't mention it. I love the wax, if I could talk today. It's the day after Thanksgiving, guys. I'm still in a little bit of a food coma, I think. Titanium scales with the Timascus bolsters. Anodized blue hardware. 3D milled titanium pocket clip with some blue anodizing underneath and in the little ribs. I think it's just done really well. The backspacer, super comfortable in your pocket, in your hand. However, very useful as a glass breaker, a pain compliance tool. This is a usable shape and design. I love how he's packing a lot of blade in and makes a nice cutout there in the backspacer for the blade to just kind of go shunk right into. That's attention to detail. Much like the engine turning on the inside of the liners. Again, just very nice attention to detail. Some speed holes for weight reduction. Nice barrel spacers. And the finish on the blade, don't know what you call it, but it's cool. It's cool. There's a 30 here in the thumb stud hole. I'm not sure what that signifies. Might be they made 30 of these. Not really sure. But hey, what are you going to do? So Alan was a recon Marine. Is a recon Marine. Once a Marine, always a Marine. As my dad would say. Semper Fi, Dad. Rest in peace. All that stuff. He started making knives in college. Part-time in 1988, making knives after school, where he got a bachelor's in criminal science and in criminal justice. And he also got a bachelor's in fine arts or a master's in fine arts. I don't remember now. But he did go to school. He is a very schooled, scholastic, scholar type gent, which really helped him. Once he graduated school, he forgot all about that stuff and just made knives because that's where his passion was. He makes his own custom knives like this one. And he also is a designer for companies like CRKT, Benchmade, just to name a couple, but he's done it for several companies, which I think is very cool. So here it is with the Sharpie, the Spicicodelica. I don't have a CRKT or a Benchmade here on the table to compare to, since that's who some of the companies he's worked with. Here it is with a Kubi KB237, roughly same size, totally different knife. And because I was carrying this earlier today, the RJ Martin Q36 SS, one of my favorite daily carry knives. That one is a tough one to get out of the pocket. Although this one is pretty cool. The lock bar access, there is no cutout for this lock. It's actually almost revert. No, it's the same. It almost feels as though the lock bar is farther down. So that does bug me a little bit. It is easy enough to get to that lock bar. But yeah, I kind of wish there was more of a relief cutout here to get to it easier. But that's just a nitpick on my side. Let me know your thoughts. It works really well on the pocket. And overall, Karsten, thank you very much for sending this in. He sent in a bunch of knives. And I got this one. I think there's one more in the box to film. He was the guy who sent this amazing, super fun, super cool pair of knives in. Love it. And in talking with him since, he saw the video on these. He actually told me I could keep this and not send it back as a thank you for filming all of his other videos. That was super cool. I'm super honored, super grateful. It's not very often that people give me knives. And I'm just, really just excited about that. That was one of my show and tell knives for Thanksgiving yesterday. My nephew thought it was totally awesome and asked me to send him the link because he's probably going to buy himself a pair. So there you go. Alan Elishewitz Tank. Thanks for watching, everyone. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you're carrying. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you own anything from Alan Elishewitz, whether it's a custom or something he collaborated with Benchmade, CRKT, or a number of other companies. I would love to hear. Thanks a lot.